Hi everyone, welcome back to Wise Words Wednesday. I'm Jamie. Thank you for joining me again today. I'm going to talk about something that is really the fundamental element, the core, the crux of an engagement with us or with anyone else that you elect to work with, and that's the calendar. The calendar, the time and action calendar, the T&A calendar. That is what we use to project and forecast out through the duration of an engagement, how we get from fabric to finish. And the time and action calendar projections will be a little bit of a moving target. As we all know, certain things are unforeseeable, fabric delays, proto yardage wasn't available in the rib, and we can't make the proto because it's going to waste time if we make the proto in the wrong fabric. So we wait and we do other things to make up for that lost time. But as it relates to decision making, I can tell you hands down, out of all the nearly 18 years that we've been in business, we have never been the ones responsible for delaying the time and action calendar. That falls on you. Yes, sorry, it's not a blame game, but I said it out loud. I think when you guys come in and start to work together, you have to understand and appreciate the parameters in which we work. And that means decisions. Decisions have to be made on color palette. Yes, decisions have to be made on target selling prices or even target FOB prices, or whether this metal is going to be a low impact metal versus a non-low impact metal. Whatever that means impacts the outcome of the entire process. It also goes into your readiness to dive in. It's not just decision making, but it's also financial. You have to be prepared to, write some big checks. The cost of production is not inexpensive. The cost of development is not inexpensive. All of these costs are presented up front. Obviously, we don't proceed into anything without our buyer's approval. But when we're dealing with a production time and action calendar that is affected by all the parts of the wheel, for example, let's say we're making something in Europe that is using trims that are developed in Southeast Asia. So we have to develop the trims at the supplier in Southeast Asia, and when it's complete, we have to pay. The trims get released and they get shipped to the factory in Europe. Well, we're under tight time constraints because we have to manage getting that trim to the garment factory, and it's imperative that once we approve the trim submits, that the payment is issued. It's going to hold up the entire manufacturing process if those goods are still sitting in Southeast Asia waiting to catch a flight. There's a great example of the pace, the timing, the implications of how your actions will affect the finished timeline and potentially the finished product. So I just wanted to highlight that to you, that when you're coming into this world, you have to be prepared both fiscally and emotionally to proceed, to sign on the dotted line, to make decisions, to not have what we called in previous episodes, analysis paralysis, that's going to hold you up, it's going to cripple you, it's going to create such a divide of opportunity, and we want to avoid that. Like I said in the beginning, we are not going to be the ones that hold up this process. It is our job to manage it with a tight grip to get us from point A to point Z in the projected amount of time agreed upon. So we just wanted to make you aware that it is a collective decision, but we are also going to push you. We are also going to remind you that you are holding something up and we can't close the loop until you take action. So thank you for listening. Again, we'd be happy to talk more about this, and should you have any trepidation, I think it's important for you to bring that up before we have our intro call. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. As always, please follow us on fabrictofinish.com and all of our social feeds, and we look forward to hearing from you and hope that you can reach out and provide further questions that I can address personally to help impact your decision making as you go from fabric to finish. Thank you.